Duplex strings are strings that can both read and write data. Remember the transform function we used in the last class? A transform function is also a duplex string. Today, I'm going to show you the transform and pass-through string types, which implements the duplex class behind the scenes. The idea behind the transform string is that we can receive data from a communication channel and output it into another. Let's see this example. You can implement both read and write functions and actually make the read function your data source to push data. In this example, I just implemented an empty function to keep the default readable string behavior on there. Notice that my writable string will get a string data and transform it into an uppercase string. When I use the push method, I activate the readable channel and I push with null to inform that my data source has finished sending data. As I have both writable and readable channels, I can pipe a duplex string to itself. Let's analyze how we implemented readable, writable, and transform string in the last class. A readable string can only input data. A writable string can only output data. A duplex string is needed when you need to work in the middle of these operations. That's how we use a transform string, which behind the scenes is a duplex string. The readable string pipes data to our transform string's writable channel. When a transforms writable channel starts receiving data, it redirects data to the transform function that we implemented into our transform string. And when we invoke the callback function, from there it redirects the data to the transforms readable string and starts providing data. Now that the transforms readable string is a new data source, we can pipe it into a writable string and finish our job. If we wanted to reproduce what happens when we pipe a readable string to a transform string, we can think of this example. A readable string is piped to our transform string, which will be redirected to the writable channel, activating the write function. Then it will trigger our transform implementation, which after processing the chunk will redirect data to the transforms readable channel. The other classical Node.js string class that I'm going to show today is less often used around there. The pass-through function is also a duplex string, but it's often used when you don't want to interfere on the data chunks flowing on pipelines. For example, on a transform string, you might want to convert data from CSV to JSON, for example, and keep the flow working. On a pass-through, you won't change data on a data flow. Common usages are when you want to report progress on a Node.js string pipeline or when you want to throttle data. If you are not familiar with throttling, let me explain a bit. Imagine that you are reading your data from a video or audio file. You want to redirect each chunk to an API that can save it on a database. If you send data too fast to the API, you can both break and cause a denial of service attack because you are sending too many requests during a period of time. We can use a pass-through to slow down the speed as we make those external requests. Here goes the main difference. Even though our pass-through is handling our speed of writing data to a writable string, it shouldn't change the content of a chunk. That's the same for a progress bar, for example. Imagine that you want to report the data processing progress on the terminal. You would calculate how many bytes had already been going through your pipeline and compare it with the total data size you should process. If you have already processed 50%, you print it, but the pipeline itself won't be affected by your progress report function. I'd say when I was learning about Node.js streams, duplex streams were the hardest subject for me to learn. As all examples on the internet just say, a duplex stream is used on HTTP sockets and you can read and write data from there. Honestly, that didn't mean much to me, and that's why I created this class for you so you can deeply understand it in practice. In the next class, I'll introduce both duplex and pass-through APIs for you, and then later we're gonna build a project using those concepts. Don't forget to evaluate this class by clicking on the start button below, and if you have any questions, use our comments section or our Discord channel to discuss it with other students. I'm sure they would learn a lot from your questions and would love to chat with you. I'm always available to chat with you on our Discord channel. Use it as much as you can. There are a lot of people switching jobs because of the opportunities they've been receiving there. I hope this class has exceeded your expectations. I'm Eric Wendell, and I will see you in the next video.